Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and these are my top 5 reasons to buy the Google Home. First off, and most simply, it's made by Google. Chances are you use a ton of different Google services, whether that's Gmail, YouTube, Drive. So for me, having something that uses Google and allows me to speak to Google is a really awesome feature to have. It knows pretty much everything about me because of all the information that I've given it over time. So in terms of things like calendar reminders, playing some of my favourite music from Spotify, it does a really good job at doing all of that in a tiny package. So for me, if I was to buy something like an Amazon Alexa, for example, I personally think that it would take a little bit longer to actually be very useful for me anyway, and just in general, I'm not really in the Amazon ecosystem. For me, using Google services is something that I do on a daily basis, so having Google right at my fingertips or just with my voice is really great. Next up then we have the price point of £49 here in the UK, and sometimes in a sale you can get them as low as £34. Now that for me is what I would class as an impulse buy, so it's something that really you don't necessarily think about but you may want, so you're going to pick it up and try it anyway. They had the same sort of effect when they done that with the Chromecast back in the day. That for me again was an impulse buy. You didn't really know if you wanted one, but now if you've got one, chances are you use it on a regular basis, and that's the same for me and the Google Home. I find it really easy just to ask it a question, get the information that I do need, and it works extremely well. Now I have also done a video on my top 5 reasons not to buy the Google Home, and that's going to be linked in the description down below, but don't be fooled, this is a product that I really enjoy using. Next in at number 3 is the fact that it can do a lot more than what you may think it can do. If you want to have a quick game of trivia for example, all you need to do is ask, and if you want to get a load of information and have a conversation, then it's really good at doing that too. If you want to ask it a question, for instance, who's the President of the United States, and then have a follow-up question with, and how old is he, Google Home is going to know exactly that you're still talking about the same situation that you were beforehand and give you the answer that you need. This can continue for a bunch of different things. If you want to find out, for instance, a celebrity's wife, kids' names, you can ask it in a very conversational way, which is something that you can't really get with some other smart home devices. And that brings me nicely on to point 4, and that is the whole smart home side of things. If you've got something like a Nest Learning thermostat, Philips Hue light bulbs, or a Chromecast, you can basically control your whole home just by using the Google Home Mini. It's really easy to turn on certain lights in certain rooms or turn them out, and if you're sat down watching a movie and it's a little bit hot in the room, you can just ask it to turn down the temperature if you've got a compatible thermostat. It's also really easy to get content on the TV. If you want to ask it to play a specific video from YouTube, for example, like, I don't know, the latest video from Copper vs Glass, then it's really easy to do so, along with getting it to play music from Spotify, whether that's a specific song in your library, a song that you've never really heard of that someone else wants to play, or a specific playlist. It does it really easily and it's all quite seamless. You also don't really need to teach it any skills like you would do with the Amazon Alexa. If you've got something that's going to work with the Google Home straight out the box, you can ask it to do exactly what you need it to. Chances are it's going to work perfectly fine. And then lastly, we have the really awesome Google Home app, which has everything in there that you would need to get started with your Google Home, start to use it, learn new things, and find new and exciting applications to use with the Google Home. It gives you a ton of examples of applications that you can use with the Google Home, and also some phrases that you may want to try out as well. So if you're a little bit stuck in regards to exactly what to do with your Google Home Mini, then the application is a great place to start. And that's going to do it guys for this video. Now I've also done a video on my top 5 reasons not to buy the Google Home Mini, and that's going to be linked in the description down below, so be sure to watch that one as well to see some of my issues that I've got with Google Home at the moment. But for me though, the Google Home Mini is a no-brainer, and if you can find them for as low as £34 in a sale for example, I would definitely recommend picking one up and trying it out for yourself. If you guys did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up down below. If you've got any questions or comments or want to give your opinion on the Google Home, then let me know in the comments section down below or on Twitter at Copper vs Glass. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram and also Facebook for some really awesome giveaways coming up very soon. And for more great content moving forward, don't forget to subscribe. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass. Thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.